Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Hub. I'm Anna, and joining me today is Alex. We're excited to dive into a crucial part of speech that can transform your English fluency: pronouns.
That's right, Anna. Pronouns might seem simple, but they play a significant role in making our language more efficient and less repetitive. Today, we're going to break down the different types of pronouns, how they're used, and why they're essential in everyday communication. We'll cover everything from personal to demonstrative pronouns, provide examples, and even include a practice session and a Q&A to ensure you've got it all down. Segment 1. What are pronouns?
Let's start with the basics. A pronoun is a word that replaces a noun in a sentence. Instead of repeating a noun over and over, we use pronouns to make our speech and writing clearer and more concise.
Exactly. For instance, rather than saying, "The boy saw the boy's friend," you can say, "The boy saw his friend." Here, his is the pronoun that replaces the boy's.
Pronouns are essential because they help avoid redundancy and keep our sentences smooth. Imagine trying to write or speak without them. It would be exhausting and confusing. Segment 2. Types of pronouns.
Now let's explore the different types of pronouns. There are several, each with a unique role in language. We'll cover personal pronouns, possessive pronouns, reflexive pronouns, relative pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, and interrogative pronouns.
Personal pronouns. Personal pronouns are used to refer to specific people or things. They vary depending on whether the pronoun is the subject or the object of the sentence.
For example, I, you, he, she, it, we, and they are all subject pronouns. If we use them as objects, they become me, you, him, her, it, us, and them.
Let's see this in action. She is reading a book. Here, she is the subject pronoun. If we change the sentence to "the teacher gave her a book," her is the object pronoun. 2. Possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns indicate ownership or possession. They include words like my, your, his, her, its, our, and their.
For instance, in the sentence, "This is my laptop," my shows that the laptop belongs to the speaker.
A common mistake is confusing possessive pronouns with contractions. For example, its is possessive, as in "the dog wagged its tail," while its is a contraction for "it is." 3. Reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns are used when the subject and the object of the sentence are the same person or thing. These pronouns include myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves.
For example, she taught herself to play the piano. Here, herself refers back to she, indicating that the subject and object are the same.
Reflexive pronouns are also used for emphasis, as in "I made this cake myself," where myself emphasizes that the speaker made the cake alone. 4. Relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are used to connect clauses or phrases to a noun or pronoun. The most common relative pronouns are who, whom, whose, which, and that.
For example, the student who studies hard will succeed. Here, who introduces the clause studies hard, which provides more information about the student.
Relative pronouns help in creating complex sentences that are rich in detail. They're crucial for adding essential or non-essential information about a noun. 5. Demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns point to specific things and indicate their location or proximity. These pronouns are this, that, these, and those.
For instance, this is delicious, where this refers to something specific near the speaker, like a dish of food.
Demonstrative pronouns can also indicate whether something is near or far in distance or time. This and these refer to things close to the speaker, while that and those refer to things further away. 6. Interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns are used to ask questions. These include who, whom, whose, which, and what.
For example, who is coming to the party? Here, who is used to ask about a person.
Interrogative pronouns are essential in forming questions that require specific information.
Segment 3. Detailed examples and practice.
Now that we've covered the types of pronouns, let's dive into some examples to see how they work in sentences. 1. Example 1. The teacher gave the students their homework.
Here, there is a possessive pronoun referring to the students, showing that the homework belongs to them. 2. Example 2.
She taught herself to cook.
In this sentence, herself is a reflexive pronoun referring back to she, indicating that the subject and object are the same person.
Example 3. These are the books I borrowed.
These is a demonstrative pronoun referring to the books that are close to the speaker. Example 4.
Whom did you call?
Here, whom is an interrogative pronoun used to ask about the object of the verb call.
Great examples, Alex. Now let's move on to a practice session where you can try replacing nouns with the correct pronouns in these sentences. Remember, pronouns should agree in number, gender, and person with the nouns they replace. 1. John saw John's reflection in the mirror. Practice answer. John saw his reflection in the mirror. 2. The children are playing with the children's toys. Practice answer. The children are playing with their toys. 3. This is the house that belongs to Sarah. Practice answer. This is the house that belongs to her. 4. The cat chased the cat's tail. Practice answer. The cat chased its tail. Try these sentences on your own. Pause the video if you need more time, and don't forget to check your answers with the explanations we've provided.
Segment 4. Q&A section.
We've received some great questions from our viewers about pronouns. Let's answer a few of them. Question 1. Can you use a pronoun without a clear antecedent?
Good question. No, a pronoun should always refer to a clear noun or noun phrase in the sentence, known as the antecedent. Without a clear antecedent, the sentence can be confusing and unclear. For example, if I say, they are going to the store, you need to know who they refers to. If it's not clear, the sentence won't make sense.
Question 2. What's the difference between who and whom?
Who is used as a subject in a sentence, while whom is used as an object. For example, who is coming to the party? Here, who is the subject. In contrast, whom did you invite to the party uses whom as the object of the verb invite.
Question 3. Why are reflexive pronouns important?
Reflexive pronouns are essential because they help clarify that the subject and object of the verb are the same person or thing. For example, She prepared herself for the exam makes it clear that she is both the one doing the action and the one receiving it. Reflexive pronouns also add emphasis, like in I'll do it myself, where myself stresses that the speaker will
do it alone.
Question 4. Can demonstrative pronouns be used for both people and things?
Demonstrative pronouns like this, that, these, and those typically refer to things, not people. However, in informal speech, you might hear someone say, "That's my friend over there." But it's more precise to use he or she when referring to people. In formal writing, stick to using demonstrative pronouns for objects or concepts. These are excellent questions. Pronouns might seem tricky at first, but with practice, they become second nature.
Segment 5. Advanced tips and common mistakes.
Before we wrap up, let's touch on some advanced tips and common mistakes related to pronouns. 1. Advanced. Tip 1. When using pronouns, make sure they agree in number and gender with the nouns they replace. For example, each student should bring their notebook is often heard in casual conversation, but the correct form is each student should bring his or her notebook. However, using they as a singular pronoun is becoming more accepted in modern English, especially to avoid gender specificity. 2. Advanced tip 2. Be careful with reflexive pronouns. They should only be used when the subject and object are the same or for emphasis. Don't use them unnecessarily, like in myself and John went to the store. The correct sentence is John and I went to the store. 3. Common mistake. 1. Mixing up its and its is a frequent error. Remember, its is possessive, while its is a contraction for it is or it has. For example, the cat licked its paw versus it's a sunny day. 4. Common mistake. 2. Using who versus whom correctly can be challenging. If you're unsure, try replacing it with he or him. If he fits, use who. If him fits, use whom. For example, who is calling? He is calling. Versus whom did you call? I called him.
These tips should help you avoid common pitfalls and use pronouns more effectively in your writing and speaking.
Conclusion. That's a wrap for today's deep dive into pronouns. We hope you found this episode informative and that you're now more confident in using pronouns correctly. That's a wrap for today's deep dive into pronouns. We hope you found this episode informative and that you're now more confident in using pronouns correctly.
And if you have any more questions or topics you'd like us to cover, drop them in the comments or send us a message. Thanks for tuning in to English Hub, and we'll see you next time.